Sega.
What's up everyone, Voan here today, and welcome to the last week of Sega Month here. So not much to do today. Today is pretty much gonna be what I already told that I was gonna do, and that is to show you all of the 3D Sega games that I have for the 3DS, and do some kind of like a review on all of them, because pretty much all of them are pretty much gonna later be released in a compilation anyway. So I'm just gonna show you some of the features that you could do on some of them, and pretty much show gameplay on a few of them for you. So here is the 3DS, and in here we have Sega 3D Classic for some of these games on the 3DS. So got games like Sonic the Hedgehog 2 3Ds. We also got Shinobi 3 3Ds and 3D Outrun, 3D Afterburner 2, 3D Streets of Rage 2. I had to turn that a little bit down. And 3D Thunderblades, 3D Ultra Beast, and 3D Gunstar Heroes. There's also all these other games that I have on the 3DS as well, but we'll discuss about them pretty much someday in the future. But I also have this Game Gear games, Shining Force, I think it's called Shining Force Gaiden 2. That's what they call it? Yeah, Shining Force Gaiden games for the Game Gears that was released on the Game Gear, and they finally put it on the 3DS Virtual Console. So this is the Sword of Hajaya. I do not have this game on my Game Gear yet. It's a pretty rare game for the Game Gear, so I will probably try to see if I can find this game someday in the future for my actual Game Gear, but having it on the Virtual Console here is very neat. But yeah, let's start with some of those 3D Sega games and show you how they play. So here is 3D Gunstar Heroes. Let's start on that. Presented by Sega. So these games were developed by M2. So M2's, to me, I have to say they did a very good job of a lot of these 3D games. As you can tell, with games like Gunstar Heroes here, the 3D Gunstar Heroes, you have like a very cool little mini menu down here. With these menu, you could choose to local play. You have some kind of save states along with it. Some of these gameplay too. So like load here, you can load to any games that you have previously played. You can choose to play it in its original forms, or play it as a much updated forms, the way with the 3Ds and stuff on the 3D features. Here's where you can see all the credits, where you can check it out and check who are the people that made these games. But here's the setting. So if you click on that, you get some of these cool setting in here that allows you to play the game in different regions. So you can choose to play this in either the international versions or the Japanese version. So if you change it, you can go to international or Japanese. Usually I just play international. Japanese is okay too if you want to check out how that version looks like. But and other than that, if you press R, you can do custom mapping on each of those games. So all these mappings, if you press X, if you go to this button right here, you can assign the X button to any of these buttons here. So these buttons refer to the Genesis layout button. So this is the Genesis A, Genesis B, Genesis C, Genesis Starts. So any of these 4 buttons you can assign the X button to. So if you for example, if you apply it to this one, if you choose to apply it to the start buttons, you can just press B on that, and the X buttons on the 3DS here is now the Genesis start button. So if you want to pause the game, then this will do it. You can use this start button down here is not the pause button though. This down here is actually the one that opens you to the menu, I think. And you can apply any of these other 3 to any other Genesis mapping as well. So here I put it on the A, so it's already good. This one goes to the B, and this one goes to the C. So that's the perfect layout for me. So A, B, C, and start button right here. You can also apply the L and R button to any of these too for a nice little shortcuts. If the pause button really gets in your way, I think it'll be a good recommendation to just use the L and R button as the start button too if you want. The R button here, I did not apply it to any of these buttons yet, so I just apply it to these start buttons. And yeah, they don't have a mode button here, considering that these are in the 3 button layout, so you don't really need mode. So if I want to apply the X button to one of these, I'll pretty much just apply it to the B. Usually the B is the one that I use the most. I'll change the L to the start buttons. And then once you finish with all your settings, you can just press the B button. And then if you want to go to other part of the setting, you can also change the different kind of screens. So you can have it to the classic ratio screens or the normal ratio screens. The 3D styles, you can choose it as a fall in style or a pop out style. If I turn it on, it looks a lot like this. You don't really see the 3D in here that good. You just have to use your human eye to view it. But the 3D are okay though. Not really a selling point for me, but to me, having these 3D features in there makes the game look a lot neater. And in here, you could adjust the sound to how high or low you want. So right here is average. If you want it to be very low, you can do it like that. Or if you want it to be high and loud, you can do it like that. The PSG emulations, you can choose the regular Mega Drive or Mega Drive 2, which in our regions we call this the Genesis 1 or the Genesis 2 model. So it'll load the game as if you're playing this on the Genesis Model 1 or the Genesis Model 2. So if you want to view this on the composite with mono sounds and audios, you can choose the Genesis Model 1 setting. Or if you want stereo sound, you can just do it Genesis Model 2. It'll have like a different I think there's minor differences between them, but it's good that they give you option. I'll just go with the first one. And yeah, that's pretty much all of the settings that were in this setting here. Now if you want to load, then you can just go and press load, and it'll say load data save from that's the date that I last played, so it was January 3rd, 2016. The current game progress will be lost though, so you won't be able to your previous save. They will continue, but the one that's already in there will be deleted. So if I press yes, yeah. So this is where I last left off. As you can tell, I'm using the B button on the 3DS, but the B button there is the B button on the Genesis. So we'll just beat this boss here. Now I also had this game on my actual Genesis, so this game is not that foreign for me. It's actually a game that I have beaten time and time again, so Having these save state here is really cool though. And unlike the ad game Sega Genesis, you actually get clear sounds, music, and controls with this kind of port here. Oh my god. There he goes, we beat him. So if I want to save this part again, I can go down here and it will save state that part. So I'll go to save, and it says save game progress. You can just choose yes. And yeah, there it is. The save state is already in there now. So if I want to return to this later on, I can just choose load. So if we return to the main menu, and there it is. So there's also other modes, the standard mode and a gunslinger mode, I think. Reset the game applies to game changes. So only choose this if you want to reset it. I think they're good the way they are. So gunslinger mode allow you to choose any weapons you want. Okay. So I'll just choose gunslinger mode and show you what that looks like. And there it goes. Yeah, so similar to how we play on the original ones. Now on this mode, you can't run and shoot at the same time. So if you shoot, the character will actually just stand there and make it a much more challenging mode. Yeah. So anyways, that's 3D Gunstar Heroes right there. So if we want to go to another one, we can just go to 3D Sonic 2. I choose 3D Sonic 2 because Sonic 2 is actually one of my favorite games on the Sonic series there. So we'll go through this, like, through all of them one by one and see all the different features they have. That looks really good. So down here you got either a standard mode, or you can stage select it if you want. So if you want to go a pause menu, you can just hit the touch screen and it'll get you to the start menu. Like what Gunstar Hero has, it has almost exactly the same menu as the other one. So basically your regions, your mappings, and your 3D styles and screen modes. So everything is good. There's a replay right here that allows you to show a replay of your last play that you just recorded. So if you press on this is my replay of when I fight the final battle here. As you can tell, I'm not really playing it. It plays by itself, but this is what I recorded last time I was playing it. So you can get a feel of how much I enjoy this game. Well, that's pretty much it. That's how you will record game footage if you want to ever see how good or bad you are with the game. But down here is the save state. So if you want to load where you last saved, then you go right here. And as you can tell, yeah, that's pretty much the same thing. I kind of save it at the part where I defeated the guy already, so. But yeah, let's return to the menu and check out what other feature it has. So here's the menu here. You can local play this with another player too if you have friends that also got this game. So you can choose to host the game, and if you're lucky enough, if somebody wants to join you, they could. But where I live, nobody owns this game yet, so... Or you can just search for a game and join the game too if you have somebody that's already like hosting it. So only do that if you have people who host or join. So to me, I don't have anybody with this game yet. So all the friends that have this game, right now they're busy with other things, so they don't have time to play yet. But anyways, if we want to, this is the original modes. This is the Ring Keeper mode. I think this is the mode where you have to collect rings to get better or anything or something. I don't know. It's kind of weird name for. But this is Super Sonic mode, and what's interesting about this mode is when you beat this 3D Sonic 2 game for the first time, you can earn this mode. You don't really have to collect 50 rings. All you gotta do is jump, and Sonic will automatically just transform. So Ring Keeper mode is pretty much like you just have to collect the amount of ring that they want you to collect. So let's go to Super Sonic mode. I found that one's much more interesting. So it will start just like it will, like on the original Genesis. And to me, this is the best portable Sonic 2 games out there, along with the PSP version, that is. I don't really like the one, the Classic Collection on the DS. That one is a little bit buggy, so you can go to one player here. And there it is. So I already have 50 rings already, so all I gotta do is jump, and Sonic will just transform into Super Sonic. So on Super Sonic mode here, you don't really have to collect 50 rings from the beginning. They'll give you 50 to start out with. I'm assuming that's for every level, including the final battle too, perhaps. But that's a nice little bonus for actually completing the game once. I mean, instead of collecting the Chaos Emerald, they already got the Chaos Emerald already there for you. All you gotta do is just play it like that. So let's go to the second level here. I can jump. There it is. Fortunately, if you are veteran players, you don't really need to be in this mode. This is probably for the people who actually play this game and got a feeling, got a sense of rewards to their all their hard works. But to me, I feel this mode is really good. It's a nice little mode that Sega gave for people who actually complete it once. You don't actually have to download it, so that's a good thing. No DLC in this game at all. So that's great on Sega's part. The only bad thing about, or not bad thing, but kind of disappointing, is that this Sonic the Hedgehog 2 here is not the same as the one on the mobile version. If you can remember, the mobile version also have additional features such as the extra hidden palace level that were missing on the Genesis version. That one has been cut out on this version too. So if you want the extra level, then you could pretty much just play the mobile version of it. But you don't have these nice little option and control though, so that's one thing that will be kind of like a disappointment. But other than that, I say this is a really good port of Sonic 2 for the 3DS here. Nice 3D effects too. You can choose the 3D however you want. Let's get to the other 3D Sonic games, or 3D Sega games. So let's see. This is the 3D Shinobi 3 games. So let's see how that one works. You'll probably play and have features similar to that of the 3D Sonics and all of those. So maybe they'll have like some kind of minor bonus feature with it too. So this is 3D Shinobi 3, as you can tell. Has round selects. I probably guess that this might be those level select perhaps. You can load your last save states. The setting is pretty much the same as the Sega setting, the Sonic and other settings. So as you can tell, if you click on that, yeah, it has all of these style here. This is A, this is B, and this is C. So if you change it to that, I'll just leave that with the B. And this will be the A, this is the B, and this is the C. The L and R buttons are gonna be start. So you can tell it also has this expert ninja setting. I don't know what that is, but I think this might be a harder difficulty setting perhaps. But whatever it is, it's nice for it. It's nice to have it. And same thing with the other Genesis 3D games. So everything looks good. Let's start the game and see how it plays. So turn the 3D on. The audio sounds excellent here. So. Okay. Oh yeah, so the round select is actually the stage select. So you can choose to start at any levels you want. Let's just go with 1-1. I don't want to jump to all those other later levels. It's a nice little features, but not one that we would actually want to use. Oh man, come on, focus. Alright, so let's see how it goes. I also have this game on my actual Genesis too, so this game is not that foreign to me. However, I have not beat it yet because I don't have that much time to get through with it. But someday I will. Yep. So all the moves from the Sega version, the Genesis version, is in here too. You can melee attack them if you want, or you can shoot shuriken to them if you want. It's up to you. This game is also available on the iGame Genesis as well, but I prefer just to play this one instead of that one. You don't want to hear those lousy off-key audios. Come on. There it goes. So yeah, that's 3D Shinobi 3 right there. So let's get back to the menu and choose another game. So here we got 3D Outrun. Now unlike the other 3D Sega games in here, 3D Outrun is an arcade port and not the port of a Genesis game. So if we choose that, it'll probably have like a different menu in there, I think. Also the same thing with 3D Afterburner 2 as well, once we get to that one too. So it's also by M2. And there it is, 3D Outrun. If we press start on that. Oh man, I was not ready yet. But yeah, here's the menu that they have down here. You can start any levels you want. Guess they have other things in here too. Normal mode. If you press L9, I just leave it back to stage 1. So yeah, you can choose any of those to start any of those levels that you ever wanted. Let's go to new version and see how it is. So we're starting the new game. Doesn't have many of those options like the Genesis does. The Genesis game does. So you can choose cruise line, magical sound shower, or passing breeze or splash wave, or Camino Ami Amor, whatever that is. I mean, these are different music you can listen to while playing the game. So I always like magical sound shower, so that's good with me.
Get ready.
But as you can tell, it's actually just an arcade port. So you can press the L button to change between gears. You can change it to high or low. So if you can see, I press L right here, and it changes to high or low. You really have to go high because you wanna reach the checkpoint as soon as you could. But whenever you come to like a sharp turn or some kind of area where you need to really go slower, you have to go to low to get past some of those parts. But right now, doing high is okay. Glad that they put the gears on the button that I can easily toggle. Oh. Yeah, I always hate it when the car flips like that. Always takes a little bit of your time. But this is one of my favorite arcade games at the time, so there it is, checkpoint.
Checkpoint.
Yep, having a minor little crash like that is okay. You just don't want to crash like that all the time though, otherwise you might not be able to reach the other checkpoint. Come on guys, go! It's really great to cross-travel this game like this. Seeing all the different settings and all that stuff. The only sad thing about this game is that games like Outrun like this doesn't have multiplayer mode, so you can't really outrun another player. You just have to outrun the computers. And as long as you get to those checkpoints, you're okay. It's not really like a race, more or less kind of like a traveling game, a driving game where you just have to get to your destination safely. That's the point. That's mostly the main point of games like Outrun like this. Just have to get your passenger to wherever she wants to go and take her there safely while enjoying all the nice settings. All the nice environmental settings like the mountainside here. It's a really beautiful game too. Beautiful driving game, that is. Different from what I was playing on Super Nintendo with Top Gear. Top Gear is more of like a racing game. This one is actually more like an adventurous kind of game. If I turn the 3D on, it looks like this. But you really have to use your eye to see all the nice little details around here. And these mountains really pop out at you too. So that's 3D Outrun right there. It's a nice little perfect port of the arcade games. And this is 3D Afterburner 2. So yeah, 3D Afterburner 2. Another Sega port of the arcade game. So I have this version on the 3DX, 32X. Yeah, I have this game on the 32X. So the 32X version is pretty much similar to this one. I don't know why I was saying the 3DX. There's no 3DX, is it? But as fun as the 32X version is, this version is actually good. I also have a Afterburner and Outrun on the Game Boy Sega Arcade Gallery as well. So This game on the GBA is really fun. You have 4 arcade games: Space Harrier, which I have on the 32X as well, Afterburners, and also Outrun, which we just play, as well as Super Hang-On, which I also have on the Sega Genesis. So if you want to play some of Sega's best arcade game at the time and you have a GBA, feel free to grab this one. This is an awesome game. But other than that, let's play some Afterburner 2 here. Now this on the GBA, this one is quite similar, but this one is the arcade version. It plays much better than the 32X and GBA ones, and also kind of like better than the Genesis one too. I don't have this on the Genesis yet, but pretty soon someday I will. Here's all the option settings. Right here, you can set the number of lives. Difficulty setting, you can set it high or low you want. You can turn the secrets on and off if you want to. I don't know what the secret is though, but you can find that out for yourself. The button setting, you can set to any button you want. There's Vigon Cannon, Accelerates, Missile, Decelerate, Start, Barrel Rolls, all that good stuff. So I already have it all set up, so that's good. Control type 1 or 2, don't really know the difference, so I'll just keep it at 1. Control setting, invert control, invert throttle, circle pad, touch screens. Just use the invert control. I don't have a circle pad pro, so I don't really need the circle pad control, and I hate using touchscreen for anything, so I don't really like that. Screen size, you can choose which screen size you want. If you choose it like this, it'll look like that. I think it really depends on which one you choose. I'll just leave it. I'll just choose this one because it seems a lot better. And the moving HUD here, I don't really know what that is. Double crater, commander type, probably the type of arcade layout you want, perhaps. I mean, the screens already look as good as it is, so. Let's see, anything else on the setting? Volume setting, you can set the high and low you want. The music, the sound effects, and the environment sound effects as well. There's also the equalizer, make it as loud or smooth as you want. Extra BGM, if you want some extra music to those, that's already in here. Environmental sound effects, and yeah, there's a sound test for you right there if you want to listen instead of playing. So here you can load your save state if you want. I think I was playing this last time on February the 5th, so the one that I played before will be lost. So this is the level where I last left off. I think I'm probably close to dying here. Yeah, it really works really well. Oh my god. Like I said, I was close to dying there, so there it is. Like, nice little game over for you right there. Hey, let's just restart that. I just named that like that. Alright, so saving replay data. No, I don't want to save where I die, so we'll just start. Press the A button. There it goes. Now we can start anew. See how it plays from there. Oh, there it is. You can see it plays really smooth. Probably smoother than the 32X version. Just gotta watch out for those people that's trying to shoot us. Oh my gosh, I could have avoided that. Too busy looking at other things. This is like your portable 32X right here. Haha! Can't kill me now. On my way to level 2 now. So if you want to take your 32X Afterburner game with you, you can have one on your 3DS right now. Come on guys, where are you? I'm gonna shoot you up. Oh my god. At least I got a lot of lives, so that's good. With this one, you don't have to worry about having 2 power adapters. So that's a good thing. I just wish they made like a 3D Calibra in here so I don't have to deal with the 32X version. Oh man, died just before level 3 too. There he is. They refill all my stuff. Alright, so got everything anew again. Fighting on the top of a nice sky here. Oh my gosh. And it's really hard to play with this camera on my face like this. So if I play it by myself with the 3DS, I'm pretty sure that I could get farther than this. But this is for you guys. I'm showing you how this game actually functions. So you can tell it's not really, I mean, it's really great. It's better than the 32X versions. But and it also has a lot of nifty little features in there too. Almost quite as accurate to the arcade version at that. So if you want to play some arcade accurate action with the Afterburner game, then 3D Afterburner is for you. So let's see what 3D Streets of Rage 2 is. Now this is the same as the Genesis version. So like I said, Streets of Rage was never an arcade game, so you pretty much have to deal with all the Genesis stuff. But it does have similar things to the other ones too. Similar features and option setting and all that stuff. Yeah, there's no extra levels or anything, but you do get some nice little bonus like Rage Replay there. See replays of all the levels that you just played. How much you are good at that. Original modes, casual modes, and yeah, pretty much original mode is better. I mean, if you play casual mode, pretty sure that the enemies are much easier to defeat on that one. So, and the settings are pretty much the same. So, you can choose to play international or Japan, in Japanese. If you choose Japan, however, pretty sure the title screen is different if you choose Japan. It's called like Bare Knuckle or something, I guess. Hopefully it's called Bare Knuckle because that's the Japanese version right there. Yeah, Bare Knuckle 2. That's what Streets of Rage was called if you have a Mega Drive version of this game. But to us here in the US, this is called Streets of Rage, which is a much more awesome title. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with either titles. You can choose to play it by yourself or with a friend if you have a friend you can local play with. So I can't go to the other two options because I don't have any friends with me to link it with. So yeah, there he goes. Sounds just like the Sega versions. And everything you know from the Genesis version works the way it is. And unlike the other 3D version there, you don't have to deal with all the crappy audios like you will on the ad game ones. You can see the bright, beautiful colors, the nice stereo sound, and the accurate controls. There it goes. Come on, you. There he goes. Haha, kick your face. I really like this kind of game. I just don't get Sega why they don't make another version of another sequel to this awesome series here. I mean, a Streets of Rage 4 in HD would be really great. I think there was like a fan games that a fanfic games that are in this style too, but I think Sega kinda like put a plug on that one. I don't know what it's called, but it's actually really good too. It's really great what what fan could make nowadays. This is my ultimate weapon right here. The giant pipe. Come on, that knife, what would that knife do? It can't kill me. Come on. I'm just a little girl with a pipe here. I can smoke this pipe. There's nothing you guys can do to get me off this pipe. Unless you can all gang on me, but you can't, so. Oh no! Got 3 guys on me now. Come on, guys. You know that if you have weapons, those weapons will turn back on you. Look at that goth kid. Oh. There's nothing you can do to beat me. Me and my friend the pipe here is gonna show you why. Yeah, you better cry. Alright, so that's 3D Streets of Rage 2 right there. Oh man, I never got tired of that game. That game in any form is great. This is 3D Thunderblade. Now this is one of my least favorite games, but I'm glad that it's actually here too. Also another arcade port. And what I mean by arcade port is it's nothing like the Genesis version. So let's see how it plays. Probably has some good features in it too, I think. So yeah, helicopter combat. I'm not really a fan of these helicopter games, but yeah, you got difficulty settings, you got the number of lives, flight trainings if you want to train how to play this, circle pad pro, control type, button setting, control setting, gyro sensor. I don't really get why they even need that. Screen size, backgrounds, moving HUDs, and the same stuff that were also in Afterburner. You also got this music test menu. Listen to all of the music that's in the game. So yeah, I haven't played this one yet, so I don't have any save screens right there. So let's just start the game and see how it plays. So there it is, Thunderblade arcade version by Sega. They even show you how the stuff is. Alright. Light training, takeoff. Come on, take off. How do you take off? That's a bomb. Ah, there it is. There it goes. Now we can take off. Oh my gosh. This is the reason why I call it my least favorite. It's just really hard to just really hard for me to get used to this kind of perspective of control here. I mean, you have to invert it up and down, back and forth. The up and down lets you go up and down between this section here, and left and right lets you go left and right. As you can tell, I'm not really that good. So to take off, you just press like down, and then it'll fly up. And you just have to shoot these tanks. And now it turns into this 3D perspective where it goes to awesome mode right here. You just have to be careful not to hit those buildings. Just like Afterburner, but a lot more weird and stuff. Oh man, now you gotta take off from here too. Looks really awesome, but compared to Afterburner, it's not really all that engaging. Kind of makes you feel like Rambo, being all alone by yourself and shooting out at these other helicopters. Kind of like Rambo First Flight Blood 2 or something. Anyways, yeah, Thunderblade, a nice little arcade game. It's just that I'm not used to it. I downloaded it merely for me to just practice a little bit for it, but yeah, it's a really interesting game, just not my kind of game to deal with. And the last game in our 3D Sega collection here is 3D Ultra Beast. We wish they put Golden Axe in here too, but Ultra Beast is still okay. Not many people like this game, but like I said, I still enjoy it. It is Sega's launch game, so it's right for Sega to put it here. Yeah, and it has pretty much all the same setting features as the other one. So, yeah. You can also start with any form you like too, I think. A random form, not random form. So maybe in this level, if you start this level, you might become like a bear or something instead of that. Yeah, you could choose to become. You could choose which beast you want to become, perhaps. So let's push start. Well, I'm not really sure. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not like that. Now to play this game with another person, you will need to logo play it. I always hate that first wolf. Usually just come attack you and just leave like that. All you really want is that orb. I guess the slow pace is the reason why people don't like it, because this game is a little bit slow paced. And you're not really unlike other beat 'em up games where you have to, when you go, the screen will scroll with you. Well, in this game, the screen will automatically scroll by itself, so you don't really have to keep on going. It's almost like you're on rail or something. Now, this guy will not fight you unless you become the beast, so you just have to become the beast first. And there's that damn wolf again. Yeah, we are the bear now instead of that wolf. Having the bear in this level is not really that interesting. You can see all the bear's power here is meant for the 3rd level. But it is kind of nice for them to give us the option like that, though. I should have chosen the dragon instead. I really love the dragon, man. With that nice little immortality that he can give you there. Yeah, now we can become the wolf. I guess the next one will become like the dragon there. It's really weird to see him transform twice like that. Okay, so let's kill this guy, and then we'll give a score for all these games. Come on. Yeah, this guy's really easy. So. He is as easy as the tree in Kirby Superstar, where they pretty much do nothing but stand there for you to kill them. So Yeah, I pretty much associate this first boss to that tree in Kirby Superstars, or any Kirby games. So yeah, that's 3D Ultra Beast. There is a really good game. If I have to give an overall grades to all of these together, if they are like in a collection or something, I'll give them all an A, specifically for all the extra features and nice little settings they put in there. The only reason why it doesn't have an A plus or a perfect grade for that matter is that we live in an era where there's network everywhere now, and we really want to play this with different kind of players, different kind of people, and for these games to still have just local play really bothers me with that, because as for me, I really want to play these games with other kind of people too. Like if I play Gunstar Heroes and I want to jump in there, I can play it by myself at times, but I really want to co-op play with other people that I have never had the chance to play with, like guys from Japan or guys from Brazil or Europe or India or Thailand or anywhere. I just want to play with all different kinds of players, and for Sega or for M2 to make good faithful ports of these games in 3Ds and put them on the 3DS here. And since the 3DS had the capability to network play with anything or any regions, means that these are not acceptable here. I mean, these are supposed to have that feature built in there, and really these are not really ROMs either. I mean, I just don't get why they just don't implement that feature. They have local play, but for some reason they don't want to put any network plays into it, almost as if they don't have a reason to invest in a server or anything to add that kind of feature. I mean, this 3DS is Wi-Fi compatible, and I can play any games I want via network play if it has it. And for these games to not have network plays is just a big it's just a big disappointment for me. I mean, I just want to play this with any people, really. I mean, Gunstar Heroes and the game like Streets of Rage 3D here. I mean, Streets of Rage 2 3Ds. I mean, this game will be really fun to play with other people. And the reason why it doesn't have online play, I mean, that's really not a good reason. I mean, it's not a ROM. It doesn't have any reason to not have network plays. They could pretty much put all of these into one single server network and just let us play with it. But that's just a missed opportunity right there, I guess. It's really, I mean, they are faithful games too. I mean, Sonic 2 and I know that Sonic 2 and Shinobi 3 and Afterburn and Outrun, all of those single players 3D Sega games can't be played multiplayers, but Streets of Rage 2 and Gunstar Heroes, those two are really fun with multiplayer, especially with co-op right there. And it's really a big disappointment and missed opportunity for it to miss like that. However, that does not mean the games are not good though. It's still a faithful port of the classics that we used to love. I just feel like there's a missed opportunity with these kinds of games here. I mean, you have a device that is online capability right here, and you're not taking advantage of it. So yeah, so I had to put all these together into one grade. I have to say it's a definite A. I mean, there's nothing wrong with any of the games, and the feature that they have in there are really neat. But as neat as they are, without network play, the icing on the cake really, and the one that would give us the best bang for our bucks is not in there. So for now they're okay, but if Sega really wants to give us the full package, adding online play to network play to all of these games that are already in here, it will be a great definite plus for me. I mean, I don't know if they'll ever do it, but it will really be a super awesome, a super beneficial thing for me if they do. I mean, that's just my opinion, but these will be really playable. I mean, really a great recommendation from me if they have that. So I'm Voan, and I really appreciate that you stick with me through Sega Month here. This is pretty much all I have for you guys for this nice little February here. I'll get back to my regularly discussions and reviews on March, where I could talk about other things. But yeah, for Sega Month, this is it. This is all the stuff that I have. The 3D Sega games, the Sega Saturn, the 32X, the Game Gear. It's all wrapped up today. So for this one, yeah, Sega really gives us a lot for our gaming needs here. I just hope that they have other great things they have coming around. I hear that there's some other there's other projects out there regarding Sega as well, that some other people was doing a campaign to bring back the Dreamcast, or some kind of successor to the Dreamcast. I don't know how that was going, but it would be really great if Sega could make another console again. However, I don't know if that will ever come to fruition, though, considering all their financial problems that they have lately. But it would be really great if there is going to be a successor to the Dreamcast coming soon. I would definitely going to check that out. But other than that, there's more Sega stuff that I still have to buy, or have to check out, and mostly all of them are retros. Some of them might be modern, but a lot of the Sega stuff that I know and love are mostly retro stuff. So yeah, I'm still enjoying their ad game stuff, still enjoying the 3D stuff, and pretty much still enjoy all the stuff that were on the Genesis and Saturn. Pretty much gonna get more Dreamcast game later on too. Might talk about that later on in sometime in the future here. But yeah, that's all I had to say about all these stuff. Thank you for joining me on my Sega Month here. I hope you have a great month of February, and good luck with you guys in March. So hopefully I have something better for you guys in March, and I'll see you later. So I'm out.